Welcome to another edition of Let's Play Farming Simulator 2013 on the old family farm. Alright, so the last little while I have had some troubles. Let's get away from the rooster. I've had some troubles with the pigs because they haven't been at the price they should be. Now, I've got it fixed now. And what basically happened was the mod that I had that allowed you to place pigs on a map, pigs or beef on the map, screwed up the price. So what I had to do to fix the price again is basically just take the mod out, and it seemed to revert back to what it was before. So as you can see, it says pig instead of shrine. So we're good to go, it seems, for now. I'll keep an eye on it, but it seems like we're okay. And our field here is almost finished planting, like as you can remember. Last time we harvested this field and planted it. Harvested, cultivated, and I believe we fertilized it in the same episode almost. So we're going to go ahead and continue planting that field. And our barley, I think, oh, this is wheat actually. Our wheat is ready to be harvested. So this is the first time we're going to see this combine in action. So let's go ahead and... oh, there is a little button there. Oh, that's cool. Lights come on. Cool. So we'll go ahead and fire this thing up. And we need to go to our farm all. Let's back this up and get it out of the way, because it is most definitely going to be in the way of that combine. There we go. Someone asked for the link for this for the farm alls, and I included it in one of the previous videos. So I think it's, oh, I forget what his name is now. I think it's something Phillips. I can't remember the first name now. Ben Phillips, I think it is. Anyway, so I included the link to the video, to the tractor, in the video he asked. So I think this is the right field for this. Let's go ahead and set that up. And this guy is ready here for our straw. So I'm going to go ahead and get this guy started. Still haven't, I might change this, can I? I don't think it's, I was thinking about changing this tractor out for something else because of the tippy tractor. I just don't like it, I've discovered, so. Alright, so we can go up to, I believe it was 30 kilometers an hour with this. Let's see. Yeah. Nope, it was 29. Go do a little loop here. Turn around, get the rest of that we just missed. Here we go. Let's just pick this up here. Like so. And looks like our farm all's in the way, so I'm going to turn this off. Pull it over to the side. Request him, and then maybe he'll get out of the way. Let's hope. No, this is going to get right in the way. So let's back our Dawn up. There we go. Should be fine now. Just going to set him on his way again. And then the farm all should do its thing. Let's get back into our Mercedes. I could get the Z-Tor, actually. The Z-Tor would be an interesting... I don't think it's powerful enough though. I had it in the newbie farm and it worked okay, but I kind of need this one for potato harvesting. That's my problem. Someone mentioned that I press F9 for the Massey Fergusons. I actually ended up deleting the mod because it just didn't work for him properly, so I'll have to give that a try again. Nice little turn here. There we go. I have a feeling I'm going to catch up with this combine really quickly, so. Ah well, that's the way it goes. What we can do is, it looks like our ford is done, so we'll finish off this windrow here, and then we will hop in the ford and do something that I've been meaning to do for a while now. There we go. Perfect. So I'm just going to leave this off to the side for the time being. Turn it off. It's going to hop on the ford because he's done planting, it looks like. Just about. He's got one more strip to do. Let's just turn around and get that strip. Now, it's funny because this particular seeder actually has the capability of fertilizing as well, but it's just so darn expensive. So because of that, I've been trying to save costs by fertilizing the fields myself, or else we'd be paying an arm and a leg in fertilizer costs, I guess is what it boiled down to. Also, I forgot to bring this up, I forgot to mention it. Because the pigs are back to their normal price, I'm going to go ahead and continue producing pigs and actually sell them when they're on great demand. Because we want to have that extra money, because it's good, so we'll make 5,000 or 2,500 when it's not on great demand. Then we'll make 5,000, I believe it is, when it's on great demand. I don't think there's any, no. Barley's coming up and potatoes is coming up. So the reason why we're planting this field is barley is in anticipation of the great demand for barley. There we go. Let's take this away. So we're done with it for now. We'll put it away. And then we'll grab our tipper because we need to grab some silage. Because our mixing station is empty. Well, not empty, but it doesn't have any silage in it, so we're going to need to put some silage. So for the time being, I'm going to drop off our seeder right behind our combine here. Like so. Perfect. Because I'm probably not going to use that combine for a little bit, because we don't have any corn planted at the moment. I was messing around on a different map the other day, trying out some of the mods that I don't get a chance to use on this map, and I found out that one of the mods I wasn't quite sure about actually works really well. So I'm talking about the John Deere 930, or 9, is it 9030 or 930? Let's just check. It's gonna bug me. Not placeable tractors. Yeah, this is right. Where is it? There it is. 9630. That's what it was. I tried that out on a different map, and it does work. And the other thing I tried out was this right here, the precision hoe, and it actually it seeds and cultivates, which is nice. I wasn't sure if it cultivated as well, but it does do that as well, which is nice. So we put our little bobcat up there. He's currently unloading our silage. Now theoretically I could buy another bunker and use that and just fill it up with silage, but for now I think I'm just gonna use as needed basically. So what I'm gonna do is gonna top off the cows over here and see if they need any more silage. I don't think they do. No. So we're gonna go ahead and put the silage into our mixing station, which is where I originally intended it to be. But I thought I'd just check over on the cows to make sure they have everything they need. So we got 23,000 liters of milk ready to be picked up, and it should be coming in the next couple hours in game. I want to go this side. So that's gonna be another another 5 or 10,000. Well, probably 10,000 or 20,000, which is good. Manure starting to build up again. So what we're going to be able to do is going to have to unload our manure. So we're slowly approaching. I think we'll get close to 1.4 million with maybe the barley harvest, or the barley great demand and potato great demand at the same time. So we're getting close to that point. Alright, Alright, there we go. Let's go grab some more silage. So now that we own all the fields, basically, there's only like 1 or 2 fields we don't own, just because we don't really need them. I'm gonna leave that field over there as grass. It'll be its field. Where are we? Field 3. I'm gonna leave it as grass, just in case I do need some more grass than I already have. Like we have the whole cow pasture. And field 9, which is by the pigs, I'm probably not gonna do anything with that either, just because I could have put that one in grass actually, and then change this to something else. And then I could use the silo over by the pigs, because that's actually where I leave the silage equipment over there, so I could do that actually. Might be a decent idea. Farm all's done. Let's go ahead and set him on his way again. There we go. Let's go do another couple rows with this guy while our fort is being filled up. Which is good. Put it into cruise control number 2 and collect our straw. Nice. Got a couple rows out of this. Actually, we might finish just this windrow, and then we'll probably be close to being full, actually. Close to being full, at least. Not completely full. Alright. Better stay in the middle here, else I'm going to miss some. Well, I guess there'll be one windrow. It's funny, I was playing on another map, like I mentioned, and the first thing I tried to do was drive through the bushes, and I couldn't. And I had a rude awakening when I did that. It was pretty funny because normally because of this map and because of the newbie farm, you could drive through just about everything. It's become a habit to drive through bushes, and totally could not. And it made me laugh quite a bit because I totally ran into it and did like the whole endo thing going on. So these things happen. Alright. Doesn't need any more. Need some more straw. Let's fill that up while we're over here. Anything that's left over we'll give to our cows. How much does this need? Is it really empty? Let's find out. 80%. Not too bad, I guess. Let's move this out of the way. And let's go grab our Ford. Because we need to fill it up, the rest of that up, the mixing station up with silage. Then we can get another 50,000 liters out of it, of 50,000 liters of mixed rations. Let's hop into our Ford here. And as we drive over to the other side, let's go ahead and let's go ahead and fill up is what I was trying to say. Because having a tractor run out of diesel fuel is not fun. Interesting enough, one of the things that's happening in Canada right now, or recently happened in Canada, that pertains to the dairy farm, because this is our farm here is primarily a dairy farm, it made me think of it. So what happened recently in Canada was our government signed a trade deal, an open, I guess it would be a free trade agreement with the European Union. And one of the things that one of the reasons why they were able to sign it was because they dropped the, one of the restrictions originally was they're not going to allow the free trade to happen because of the dairy quota that we have here in Canada. And, not the dairy quota, but they weren't going to allow dairy products into, or as many dairy products into Canada. But what happened is the government decided that was a worthwhile thing to give up. So what's going to happen now in Canada is we're going to have, I think it's an extra 20,000 tons or something like that of dairy products, specifically cheese, coming into Canada that we didn't have before. And interestingly enough, Quebec is like, it produces 80% of our fine cheeses here in Canada. So they're really concerned about how it's going to affect that particular market. Now it's kind of an interesting thing because we have imports from Canada or from Europe right now, but not nearly as many. So because they're going to allow more dairy imports, I guess that it's primarily cheese as far as I know, but I'm sure there'll be other things as well. So because they're going to allow more, a lot of the dairy farmers in Canada are kind of pissed off at the government because they made this deal. And it's going to be interesting to see how it affects certain dairy farmers in the country based on what's happening there. So I was reading that in the latest November edition of Farmers Forum, which is I guess it's primarily an Eastern Ontario farm newspaper, basically. So pretty interesting read if you're interested in farming in Ontario, at least in Canada. But just an interesting situation that's presenting itself because of that. So those guys stopped there. What's going on? Oh, I see what's happened here. Farmall's gone a little too far. Let's just back up this a little bit. There we go. That was strange. Let's finish this windrow here. Then we'll move off to the side again. Actually, we'll unload this first. Let's go unload this and we'll pick up our Ford. And then we'll use that to drop off some more silage. So what's happening now is our farm, because we own all the fields now, and the difficulty, we're on hard still, and the difficulty hasn't been too bad. Haven't really experienced any big things. So I think we're in episode 12, 13, somewhere in that area. So I'm considering, I'm starting to think about new maps, because I'm probably gonna. It feels like 20 episodes is a kind of like a good stopping point. I think that's what Dirt Evers does. I think he does like 20 episodes per season, or at least tries to adhere to that. So I'm just gonna leave that guy there, and he kind of sticks to like about 20 episodes or so. And that's what I'm kind of thinking about, is kind of a nice area, because I found on the newbie farm, because it's so different, the growing times is so different on that farm, and we did start from scratch. I had to play a lot to try and get to the point we're at now. And this map's on hard as well, but because we did come into the map with quite a bit of money, it wasn't as big a problem on this map as it was on the newbie farm. And because, you know, you don't want to, like, unless you really want to see me start from scratch again, I can do that, but it's just going to be a lot longer and a lot more, I guess the word that comes to mind is arduous. I don't know why that comes to mind, but a lot more drawn out, basically, what it boils down to. And I don't know if you want to see that, and if you do, let me know in the comments. I don't mind starting out from scratch every single time, but it will take a lot longer for me to get things like the specific mods I want to get and all that jazz, so something to consider. Let's go drop this over here for the time being, because I think he is okay. And I'm going to stop him right there, hop back into the Mercedes, and let's go pick up the rest of the straw. Looks like our combine is done. Go ahead and make a little turnaround here. And we'll pick up the rest of the straw, and we'll put it in our barn over there. I remember the door this time. I drove through it with a Ford, but I remembered it this time. It's a little secret passageway, if you will. Alright, so what we'll do is we'll request a driver here, stick his pipe out, like that. And then our farmwell's not coming. There we go. Then we'll hop back in this and pick up the rest of the straw. I think we'll have to do 1 or 2 more trips. There we go. Perfect. I lost track of where I was now. Ah, yes. Yeah, so the 20 episodes is kind of what I'm thinking about. And if you do want me to start from scratch every single time without transferring the money over, by all means, that's okay. I don't mind doing that. But I'm not really, it's not really what I would like to do, just because it does take a while to accumulate money and get equipment and all that. But as I mentioned many times, it's just I don't mind, it's just not my thing. And I do like courseplay, so I'm probably not going to stop using that, that's for sure. It does make certain things like unloading combines, like right there, makes it nice. Oops. Makes it nice for that kind of thing, and you can actually automate doing what I'm doing right now with courseplay as well, but this farm's so small it doesn't make a difference. If I were on a much bigger farm, then yes, it would make a big difference, but not here. So here you're done in like 5 minutes, and on a big farm it takes, you know, half an hour to do it. So there's lots of other things you could do in that time. Alright, almost done. I don't think we're going to get this whole windrow, unfortunately. If we do, it would be nice. Let's see, we're at 93%. No, definitely not. 99. Ah well. Let's send our farmer on his way so he can drop off that. And then go back to our Mercedes. So, actually, the other thing I wanted to show you before I forget is our breeding station. We haven't had one cow made from that yet, and that just goes to show you how much time it takes to actually have one cow breeded in the game with the breeding stations, which is kind of funny, but it also goes to show you how quick the time is between harvests in this map in comparison to the newbie farm. So yet another reason why I really enjoyed the newbie farm. Actually, I can't wait for the next edition to come out. I don't know when it will be out, but I suspect it will be soon. Within the next 2 months, I think. That's what Roy was saying. Here we go. Let's get the last of the straw here. And then continue. Yeah, so some of the maps I've been considering is Midwest. I think it's called Midwest Kansas, or no, it's just called Kansas. And then there's Midwest USA. I think it's the other one I looked at. The Duke farming map I looked at as well. That's the one Dirt Tybers is doing his current Let's Play on. Consider that map, although I don't want to do. I'm not a big fan of doing the same map he is, just because people are going to want to watch him as opposed to me. And he has this whole storyline, which I definitely don't do. I suppose I could try, but I don't think I'm a fantastic storyteller. Not in the same. I guess he's doing what we might call role playing, I suppose, is what it boils down to. Just cool. It's his thing. I know some other people have done stuff like that. I'm just going to leave this combine here for now, because I know the canola's going to be ready soon. And yeah, canola, barley. Yeah, looks like lots of going to be ready soon. Let's go ahead and pick up the last little bit of straw. Perfect. And then I'm just going to leave the straw in there because... well, I'm going over there to drop this implement off, so it's not going to make a difference anyways. Farmall, you can stay there for the time being. So, let me just hop out of this before I forget. And show you the breeding station. So, let's turn the information on. So we have 3 cows now. 1, 2, 3, as you can see. 3 calves, I should say. Or calves. So, the first cow right here is going to come out in 20 hours. So this cow will be out, and then another calf will be in... actually, just... yeah, so this will be... no, so we'll have one more cow in here, and then this one will be ready to go. So... in the end, like, you get to see the process, and it's kind of cool to have them breed and whatnot. But in the end, it really boils down to it's actually quicker to just buy the cows, which I discovered last time. I don't know why I did this again, but I like the breeding station. It's kind of cool. So let's go drop this off, and then I'll set this guy to do the cultivating because he's fairly quick. We go. So we haven't had any cows actually come out of that breeding station yet, but we will soon. I believe the calves take 5 days to mature with that breeding station, which is, I think it's a bit more than the chicks from the chickens, obviously. So on the newbie farm we started off with 10 chickens and we ended up with 200, I think it was. So that also gives you another indication of how many days in game I played that game in comparison to how many days I played this in game so far. And I played a lot off camera on that particular map because you really had to, because that was the only way to get things done. There we go. No, don't do that. It's about to tip back. There we go. Tipping forward's okay, tipping back, not so cool. Alright, let's go pick up the cultivator. And then what I'll do is I'll cultivate that off camera. And then we'll plant it as barley as well. So we're going to have, I guess, a barley bonanza it'll be in the end. Alright folks, that'll be the end of this episode. And my name's Ian Robson. This has been the Old Family Farm, playing Farming Simulator 2013. I wish that were a Canadian flag, but this is an American map, so maybe the next map will be a Canadian map. I don't think I've ever seen one though, so. Anyways, have yourselves a great day. My name's Ian Robson once again, and cheers.